morning to you, and of course you're welcome to another beautiful edition of Dominion Sport right here on Dominion Television. What a day, morning after Nigeria's Falcons booked a place in the finals of this year's WAFCON as they continue their push for a record extending a 10th WAFCON title. And on the show this morning, we'll talk extensively about that and many other stories as something iconic happened in the city of Ibadan yesterday. We were there, and of course, we'll definitely bring you up to speed with that on the show. WAFU Under 20 Championship. We've got the finals today. We'll talk about it as well on the show this beautiful morning, as well as a couple of stories coming from the transfer scene. Here we go. That's what we'll see left, right, and center. People moving, some about to move, some still stuck. All of this and many more we'll talk about on the show also today. And not to forget, the female, it's a female season, right? And of course, the Heroes, the girls, the three Lionesses, made it to the finals of the Women Heroes yesterday. And they'll be waiting for their the opponents in the finals later on today when the second semi-final will be played. Of course, the Copa America women also getting interest. I'm seeing ridiculous results. I saw It's New yesterday and I was like, well, it's female football. Toluwani loves female football and is here as usual to talk female football as well. Good morning to you.
Good morning to you, Boluwaji. Thanks for having me on the show this wonderful morning. And, we have it all loaded out. And I think it's big congratulations. And I'm sure, earlier before the WAFCON, we were all rooting for the Super Falcons in Nigeria. Here we have it. It looks like it's a feat that we're going to achieve this year. So we're expecting much victory against Morocco. Once again, thanks for having me on the show this morning.
Absolutely, absolutely. Now, before we talk about the WAFCON, let's come to Ibadan, where in a move that will cement Governor Seyi Makinde's place in the history books right here in Oyo State, the state government yesterday officially unveiled its female football team named Pacesetter Queens FC. Unveiling the team yesterday at a press conference, the Commissioner for Youth and Sport, Ms. Wasilat Adegoke, showcased the club's new logo and also introduced the leadership team. And that's talking about the Tenko crew. Adegoke, who presided over the unveiling, expressed gratitude to Governor Seyi Makinde for his steadfast support towards the establishment of the team, outlining the state's ambitions, of course, the ambitious vision to enter the women's football scene in Nigeria and make a great mark. At the event, attended by football stakeholders across the state, Honorable Adegoke stated that the unveiling of the female football club highlights Oyo State's commitment to sports development and gender equality. Now, the newly appointed Tenko crew comprise seasoned professionals. I can confirm to you that Akinwumi Obajimi is the head coach who is set to lead the team. Also, we have Damilola Olaitan Badmus, a former player and a coach also of male teams, I must say, and she has a CAF C license as first assistant. Second assistant is Zacchaeus Aderoju. Also, we have Latif Lukman as the physical trainer, and Folusho Ajayi, a retired FIFA badge referee. She is the goalkeeper trainer, and Miss Grace Tobola, who holds a CAF license and a UEFA B license. She's the welfare officer. The commissioner explained that the expertise of the leadership will help elevate the team and make the team even bigger. On your screen, you have it there. Everyone involved yesterday, the technical crew down there, some of the players, and of course the management of the ministry. The coordinating director right there, Oba James Odeniran, the chairman of Oyo State Football Association, ex-international Moti Adepoju also there, and also the secretary of Oyo State Football Association, who've been putting so much in place to ensure that this becomes a reality. And yesterday, the team was finally unveiled. Now Oyo State has a female football team, finally. Finally, Toluwani.
So first, let me give a big congratulations to the governor of Oyo State, and that is Governor Seyi Makinde, and also a big congratulations to Miss Wasilat Adegoke. For
actually Alaja.
Okay, Alaja.
She just came back from
okay, beautiful. Alaja, yes, on that good feat, achieving this wonderful achievement, right? Actually, because it's been ongoing about it, how we're going to get this done, and dusted with that.
Because each time other states talk about their female teams, I mean, we cover our face.
It looks like nothing is happening now, but right now, like you said, cementing your legacy, looking like you achieved this feat before your 10 years over, and I think it's a big one. And also, I think I'm just going to pick it from the side of other teams. I think they have really there's a word I want to coin now because it looks like everybody was sleeping already. So it looks like it's a wake-up call for so many teams at this point in time. You know, you see what Remo Stars are doing with all their teams, and it looks like you know, we must be on the verge of a wake-up call, and this is a big feat, and we hope that. And actually, everybody in charge, I mean, from the technical crew, everybody, they are
skilled.
Yeah, actually, yes, they are skilled, and they have the knowledge of what it is.
Grace has a UEFA license.
You're talking about
one of these days, I'll bring Grace to this studio.
I think,
she's a wonderful young lady, I must tell you. She's 29, and she's doing so great for herself. We'll bring her to the studio one of these days. But then, Toby Ajewale was also there yesterday. Toby, good morning to you. And nice to have you on the show today.
Beautiful.
And now she's coming to her own terrain, you know, to do it. And that says a lot about the expertise. Now, the chief coach, Akinwumi, used to manage female teams, even in the Premier League.
Wow, beautiful.
And the retired referee, she's a FIFA badge referee, and she's our goalkeeper trainer. And these are the best of the best, you know, put together by them to do. And what next is give us the results.
Yeah, the result. And I'm sure, you know, everybody in charge would want to also give out the result, because this is a new team. And like you said, go in and scout the best legs.
Yes.
You know, also the free trial, come in, you know, showcase what you have, you know, and be part of the team. You know, be part of history also, because, you know, history is going to be made with this team. So if you want to be part of them, you know, just come showcase yourself.
Absolutely.
And you have the best of, you know, a technical crew
to work with.
So I think it's a whole lot. And I hope I don't see them, you know, falter, you know, in the next 5-6 years, you know, because if you have the best team in hand, you can move forward.
Well, we understand that they will also be using the Lagos Salami Stadium, you know, to prosecute their games. The Olubado Stadium is also available for them to train and, of course, have a couple of games for themselves. We understand that there's a camp already, and that the governor himself will finally unveil the team, you know, after the trials and all of that. Unveil the team, probably give a boss and all, and a few other things that
everything is put in place already.
Everything in place already. Let's see if Toby is back. Hello, Toby. As soon as we have him here, we'll definitely have him join us on the show and talking about female football in Nigeria and, of course, in your state also, because before we talk about the Super Falcons, we must start from right here.
Yeah,
you know, the state, the league, having a proper league, fantastic teams, and just like I mentioned earlier, Lagos Salami Stadium, the AstroTurf pitch, the training pitch, and the main pitch itself, all prepared for the team to prosecute games and, of course, the trials. There yesterday, as you can see in your pictures, ex-international Mutia Adepoju was part of the crew that set up this particular team. Also, Chief Felix Olabi was also part of that, and of course, Oba James Oderion, the FA chairman, was also there as well. Let's move to Ghana. When Nigeria's Flying Eagles are gearing up for a very fierce showdown against Ivory Coast as both sides square off later today at the WAFUB Under-20 Boys Championship at the Pram Pram Stadium in Ghana, with the Ivorians enjoying a perfect run to the finals, winning all 4 of their previous matches. Now, the task before Coach Ali Zubair's men is pretty clear. Stop the young elephants or risk falling at the last hurdle. The Ivorians opened their campaign with a 2-1 victory over Burkina Faso before seeing off the likes of the Nigeria Republic and Togo, narrowly a 1-0 win and a 2-0 win respectively. Now, in Sunday's semi-final, they showcased grit to knock out host Ghana 2-1. But for the Flying Eagles, the road to the final wasn't really smooth for us. It came with a lot of drama. Mohamed Abdullahi rescued a point for us against Ghana. We played a 1-0 draw in our first game. You remember that? Yeah. Nigeria then stormed back from a goal down to dispatch Benin Republic 4-1 in our second game. And then we finished top of our group, Group A. And then semi-finals was Nigeria Republic. Ended goalless after 90 minutes. But of course, we held our own penalty shootout to win that one 4-3. Well, today we'll have the decider, the final. And that is the trophy right on your screen. The final, we'll see WAFUB president, that happens to be Nigerian NFF president, Ibrahim Gusau, in attendance alongside other dignitaries. For Ali Zubair, it's another opportunity to enhance his growing reputation, I must say. Let me inform that he guided Nigeria to glory at the last edition of the competition, and of course followed up that by qualifying us for the World Cup holding later this year. Well, Toluan, here you have it. The final is upon us.
Yeah,
it's today.
It's today. I think for me, it's going to be a massive victory. You know, for
victory.
Coach, victory for Coach Zubair, like I said. You know, and not that the Elephant are a pack to work on. You know, they're also going to bring in their A game into this game because it's the final.
Good thing is that they are the junior elephants.
Junior elephant or senior elephant. Elephant. So, you know, you're talking about an eagle. So eagle and elephant, it's you know, we're talking about the land and the hair. So how do you do battle?
But, you know, the thing is, we are still flying. We're still flying over them. These are flying eagles. But the elephant will still be on the floor. They can't fly.
Okay, so can the eagle lift up the elephant is the question we're going to see on the field of play. So for me, you know, it's going to be a big battle to see how that turns out today. And I'm expecting that you know, the Super Eagles, the boys can do victory. The Flying Eagles, I mean, yes, they can do victory. You know, against the Elephants, right, the junior Elephants. In this game, like I said, you know, the junior Elephants have had it, you know, to do in
rather smooth. Honestly, I don't want to use this word smooth, but they've conquered, including the host nation.
The host nation also. So,
but for us, here and there.
The first game, second game, we had to come back. You know, see how we could defeat. Also on penalty shootout also. So I think you know, the mindset right now should be open. Like you gave us the update here. He said it's either, you know, you go ahead to win or the last order. Fall on the last order.
You know, one way or the other, we'll be able to scale through the hurdles as it comes.
Back
you shouldn't fall in the last hurdle. Honestly, you shouldn't fall. So, I love the fact that my producer is giving us the trophy.
Yeah, it's looking like
looks pretty good.
It's looking like a golf trophy. Beautifully made. I just want to, you know, the boys should they should have their hands on this, you know, beautiful trophy starting at 7 p.m. today.
All right, let's move to the previous image that happens to be the fixture itself. That tells us what we expect. Yes, later at 3, it's the third place game, and it's between Nigeria Republic and Ghana, and then later we would have Nigeria and Cote d'Ivoire today for the third place game. Nigeria, Ghana. Ghana should savage pride.
They should. They have their pride. Just savage the pride. Savage the pride in this one. Savage the pride again in WAFCON. Just help yourself.
Help yourself, Ghanaians. Now you know we are not mates. We play in the finals. You play top place.
In all levels, we are not. Even the South Africa. We'll get how many music, entertainment. We're not on the same level. We're not.
All right. Let's see how things pan out. Wish our boys all the best. Talking about the WAFUB Under-20. Don't forget, this is more like a preparatory tournament ahead of the World Cup holding in Chile later on this year. We want them to perform well and we hope that they will do that. Let's go straight to Remo, where the home-based Super Eagles intensify preparations for the forthcoming CAF African Nations Championship in Kenya, Tanzania, and Uganda with a friendly game yesterday, and it was against Ikorodu City Football Club. Goals from Junior Nduka, Anthony Ijoma, and Sikri Alimi gave the home-based Eagles a 3-1 victory over the Ikorodu City, decided at the Remo Stars Complex in Ekene, Ogun State. The CHAN competition, don't forget, it holds in August, from the 2nd to the 30th of August, marking a return to East Africa. Don't forget that East Africa hosted it last in 2016 in Rwanda. Don't forget, the opening match is in Dar es Salaam, Tanzania, on the 2nd of August, while the final will be played in Kenya, Nairobi, on the 30th of August. Nigeria were drawn in Group D alongside Senegal, Congo, and Sudan. Well, Tolu, I can see that you are looking at the beauty that the Remo Stars Complex has to offer.
How did you read my mind? Because
I look at you gazing on that pitch and like,
what?
Is this Nigeria?
What? Massive.
That's one of the training pitches.
It's even one, not
yeah,
one.
The training pitches right there at Remo Stars Race. So you're not surprised that the male team and the female team are doing pretty well. Yeah. And also Beyond Limit, the academy also producing stars every day. And that's where our own base team currently training at the moment.
Okay, for me, it's going to be a big preparation, like you said. A big victory against Ikorodu City, a preparation for what's ahead, of us right there in the game. Remember, this is one competition that has eluded us, in our hands. So I think, Eric Shell should, be able to put this team together.
Are you also surprised that Eric Shell is the one taking charge of this team?
Actually, I was. When I got reported, I'm like,
because I mean, we have home-based coaches.
So why is he the one?
Eric Shell.
But it looks like
the NFF, they know better.
Understand. So I don't know the mandate that is in his contract. But I feel that he should be able to also give free hand also to the home-based coaches with him. To be able to select this player because they know them better. And and remember also he has so much selection to do. For the final team ahead of this competition. So I'm sure the home-based player will be able to help him out with the best legs going into this competition.
Because the home-based guys know them better. They know them better. Play with them week in, week out. And we believe that they will do the right thing, the needful. And most importantly, August is going to be a very busy month, right?
Busy month.
From the 2nd to the 30th.
CHAN competition. We're still talking about the MP. So I'm sure some things will be open. I just hope that my best leg cannot, be part of the full team going into.
You want your best leg to be in national team?
But no, I mean the best.
I understand. I know where you're going to. I know you're going to. But the league starts also next month.
Come on.
But honestly, I mean, for neutrals, we just want our team to do well, the national team to do well.
Actually, we just
honestly, I don't care because Shooting Stars goalkeeper Spider is in the team.
He's in the team.
We can't pull him out. We want him to represent Nigeria. So what do we do?
What do we do?
Last he showcase himself and get sold.
Actually.
it is what it is. It is what it is because the other day we were talking about it, and then five players
out of the squad.
Got deals outside of the country.
So the outside of the country is the problem.
That's why. That's what we face week in, week out as far as Nigeria is concerned. Well, that's it. Don't forget that we will definitely bring you all of the updates as regards the CHAN competition. Don't forget it's holding all through 2nd to 30th of August in East Africa, that's Tanzania. Each time I talk about Tanzania, you mentioned Dar es Salaam and Zambia. It feels like
we're going on tour, so let's just see the monkeys, the lions.
Boys, you're going to work. You're going to work. Not tourism. We know Tanzania is beautiful, but it is what it is. Let's go straight to Casablanca, where the Falcons of Nigeria booked the sport in the final of the 2024 Women's African Cup of Nations after a hard-fought 2-1 win over holder South Africa. Nigeria came close to scoring in the opening 12 minutes of the game. Chinwedu Ihiozo and Esther Okoronkwo, but then Ihiozo, of course, couldn't convert that one, courtesy of South African goalkeeper, that's Andel Dlamini, who was indeed fantastic yesterday. But then we had a penalty, which was converted by Askipo, Mommy Gio, herself, Rashida Ajibade, who actually won her third. Woman of the Match award yesterday. That wasn't enough. They also had a penalty, which they converted yesterday. But then, Mitchell Alozie was there 9 minutes of that game. Just when we thought we were going into extra time, the second goal came and straight to the final. What a win to Luan.
What a win. And, you know, it's a big win for the Super Falcons of Nigeria. You know, I must first give my congratulative messages to them. Saying big ups to you guys. Remember, it's the Mission X. And we have it all to do in the final right there against Morocco.
So, Toluwani, I'd like to ask, because I was talking to a South African friend 3 days ago while we were previewing this particular game together. And he was asking if Nigerians were actually pumped up for this competition. Now, before Mission X mantra that was launched by the NFL, were you really optimistic?
No. Honestly speaking, no. I'm not even going to lie about that. No, until the Mission X. Until we saw the you know,
and that says a lot about the power of the media, right? The media. Because honestly, we weren't hoping for so much from the girls. But the moment the mantra came out, like, it's Mission X.
Mission X. It's Mission
10th time we want to win it, and everything got into everybody, the fans, the players, the officials.
Everybody got ready.
Look at where we are. We're into the finals.
Everybody got ready, and you know, I think that, like you said, the power of the media just pumped up the girls, also the fans, and everybody, you know, to be part of this one right here. And you know, just looking at the table, you know, no goals considered from open play.
Yeah, taking a look at the road to the finals. The only goal we considered was yesterday. From the penalty spot. It wasn't from open play. We're yet to consider from open play. So, I mean, it's been a fantastic one.
Defensively, for the Super Falcons of Nigeria, it's been a fantastic one. And to be very honest, yesterday, you know, I was watching the game between Morocco and Ghana, the Black Queens, and I really wanted Morocco to be in the final for just one reason, so that it to give us an ambience of the fans. Because
we've been playing at the Labizoli Stadium, and it has been empty. I think this is our group stage. We've not left that location. Even South Africa had to travel down there to come and meet us. It has been at home.
Actually, so it's been empty.
We need that feel, right?
Yes, we need that feel of you know, the fans to be in the stadium. Even
so
if
you are worried about the.
No, I'm not worried.
and not the game itself.
Honestly, I'm not even worried about the game because it's done and dusted already. Trust me, I'm seeing it on camera. It's done and dusted. The Super Falcons Nigeria are going to hedge out against Morocco. It's an easy patch for us, and I don't see you know, them stopping us right there. I just needed an ambience of the feel of a stadium, because you know, you also said it in the Euros that it's always a packed out stadium in the Euros. The women's Euros, you know, week in, week out, still packed up. But right here, we're not having that feel. But Morocco against Ghana, I saw the feel of the stadium. You know, the fans were there cheering them on, and I could understand that because of it's the home team. You know, having that. So that's how I remember it's Super Falcons. So it's going to give them so much energy. So we're going to enjoy the feel of that game right there for that. But also,
I just hope. Sorry for cutting you there. I just hope what happened in Ivory Coast won't happen this time. We had a packed stadium and we're intimidated. No, we were. I hope it doesn't happen this time.
No, actually, we're not. We're not intimidated by the fans. It was just you know, just mere errors, you know, from the players that, you know, gave them that victory right there. And I'm sure you know, those errors are not going to play out again for the Super Falcons of Nigeria. But I just want to speak about the game against South Africa. To be very honest, you know, it looks like a game that they had it planned out. Yesterday I was speaking with Samson, and I said it looks like they have it planned out to go into you know, extra time and maybe the penalty shootout, because that's their locker. They enjoy doing that. You know, remember it's a wonderful spot kick. You know, before the game against the Super Falcons of Nigeria, right there. So I think they had that planned out. But I think the injury situation, you know, to the player of South Africa, Salgado, maybe a little bit affected them, you know, mentally, you know, in that game. And I think the Super Falcons just capitalized on that, you know, mindset from them, and at that, you know, in the locker, Mikel Alozie, well, trust me, intended cross, not an intended goal. It's an intended cross, but with that, you know, it's a goal for the Super Falcons Nigeria, and we're in the final right there.
We're in the final already, and one person I would love to talk about at this point is our captain, Rasheedat Ajibade. Yes, because you recall that at the start of this competition, when we spoke to the media officer, I told her to let her know that I love her, and she might be the best player of this competition. Yeah, I saw it coming. Well, she bagged her third player of the match award after, of course, the semi-final yesterday. Of course, you already know what happened. She opened the scoring. Alozie got the winner. Recall that she was named the player of the match against Botswana and Zambia, as no player has won more player of the match award at the ongoing WAFCON. And you remember, I was telling Mary that day to tell her that I love her, send a message across her, because I knew she was going to do something special in this competition, and she has done that so far.
You did. And but I'm surprised I didn't get a bashing from you, because I remember in the first 2 games, you know, I was actually criticizing her, saying she's not the top of her game. But and I'm surprised that you're also backing her. Because we both sat down here and I left the first woman of the match, you know, going to
say it wasn't what we saw. And I remember saying it then, that to cut them some slack, to say they were looking at something that we weren't looking at that point.
You said so.
Yeah, we weren't looking at that point. And, you know, ever since she stepped up her game, and, you know, it wasn't like... there was no way I would bash you for that. But it's a competition. Players grow into it, right? Players grow into it. Yeah, maybe she had she struggled at the start. But one thing you agree with me is that she has grown into the competition.
I think you also actually said that you gave a report that I think she came in with an injury, a slight injury into this competition.
But then she left all of that behind her, and she has shouldered the team. And that's one thing we have to give to her. I mean, she's despite her age, she's run through the competition. You know, and we've not really seen that age. But another player who deserves credit has to be Deborah Abiodun. They call her Baby Kante. And she has been doing that dirty job right there for us. And Ashley Plumter as well, from the flanks as well. And these girls deserve all the accolades that they're getting at this point. Don't forget, the final is on Saturday, and we definitely wish them all the best. So, all right, before we move on, let's quickly take a break and go back to what happened yesterday at the post-match press conference, where media definitely has questions from our coach, Justin Madugu. We'll take a bit of that from our coach and also from the losing side. Desiree Ellis is the coach of the South Africans, and she had 1 or 2 things to say. Quick one, I'll be back.
Good evening, ladies and gentlemen. Welcome to the post-match press conference with Team Nigeria. Just a kind reminder to ensure that your cell phones are silent. With us, we have the head coach for Team Nigeria, Coach Justin Madugu. Coach, congratulations. Can you give us your thoughts on today's game, please?
Thank you, and good evening, everybody. Yes, it was a tough game. No doubt about that. Everybody knew it was not going to be an easy game. And at the end of it all, what we desired was to win, and eventually we won. So we're happy that we have won the game and we'll be playing in the finals.
Thank you, Coach. We'll now be taking some questions from the media. Kindly introduce yourself and then proceed with your question. Thank you. We'll start with the lady there.
Good evening, Coach Madugu, Traditional Sports, Splash FM by Nigeria. Congratulations on your win. And I remember in Abeokuta, international.
We had quite a few as well. Jermaine in on goal, Hilda in on goal, Noxie just before they even scored the second goal. Not getting enough on the line. I thought we didn't look like a team that went 120. We went toe to toe. We gave as good as they gave. But unfortunately, they got the 2 goals, and that's what it's about. If you score more than the other team, you get the 2 goals. But I'm really proud of this team. I think after that injury, I don't know what it is yet, but after that injury, I think it took us a while.
It's Justin Madugu speaking there, and then Desiree Ellis of South Africa speaking after the particular encounter. Well, enough of what happened yesterday. We should be looking to the future now. The future is on Saturday.
The future is upon us.
And it's on Saturday. And that's against host nation, Morocco, who also booked a place in the finals yesterday. It was a difficult game for the Moroccans, I must say. The Ghanaians opened the scoring. The Moroccans equalized, went to the penalties, and the Moroccans came out in flying colors. 4-2. The penalty shootout ended, and they have to contend with the Super Falcons of Nigeria on Saturday, of course, in the finals on Saturday. There you have it, Morocco versus Nigeria. This is going to be tough. This is going to be very interesting.
It's going to be interesting, but it's not going to be tough for the Super Falcons of Nigeria. I don't know why I'm just relaxed about the game, and I see.
You're relaxed?
I'm extremely relaxed because you know, it's already a victory for the Super Falcons of Nigeria for me.
Victory for you, Super Falcons of Nigeria. I mean, that's our hope. That's what we want. Of course, the game will be played on Saturday at 8 p.m. at the Olympic Stadium. There you have it. We have Morocco take on Nigeria. The top place game will hold a day before. That's at the Labi Zaoli Stadium, where we've been playing our games, as where Ghana and South Africa will play. You have 1 or 2 words for that third place game?
The top
I don't like
game,
talking about it. The two of them, they look like they can try to impose themselves
actually
on us
so
as our rivals.
The two of them actually, so they're rivals.
We cut them off.
So let's.
They content with top place.
May the best man win. Let me just give it to them. May the best man win at that game between the Black Queens and also the South African side. Bayana.
Absolutely. We wish them all the best, and whatever they wish themselves, we definitely also wish them. But if you look at core quality now between the two teams, you want to fancy the chances of the South Africans, knowing that they are the defending champions and they've got pride at stake, right?
Yes, I'm sure they want to bow out of this competition. Remember, they're defending champions, so having not to take a medal home, would not be a good one for them. And remember, Desire Ellis, fantastic coach, and she'll be on the verge of taking something home, like I said, for the South African side in this competition. So for me, I'm going to just give it to South Africa against the Black Queens.
So for our own game, honestly, on that day, on Saturday, any possibility of a full-time score or penalties?
The only worry that I'm going to have is if we have misplaced chances. If we don't get those goals, to convert those chances quickly enough, I think that's where we're just going to have a major problem in this game. But once we can, because every time we get on the pitch of play with any team, in the first 10 minutes we have every chance to get a goal.
Anyways, all the best
to them.
All right, let's talk about our goalkeeper Maduka Okoye, who has been handed a 2-month ban for illegal betting in Italy. Now, it was earlier feared that Okoye would be suspended for 4 years. He found guilty of that sporting fraud. But then the authorities, however, opted to convict the Nigerian international for a lesser charge of illegal betting. Okoye was alleged to have been deliberately booked in Udinese's Serie A clash against Lazio. That was last year, March. 25-year-old received a yellow card for time wasting in the 64th minute of the encounter. Okoye, we understand, will miss one Coppa Italia game and about 7 Serie A matches in the process, and is expected to return on the 19th of October. Maduka should honestly know better, really. But then he should thank his stars that it's not more than
it's not more than that.
What
I
is
think I think you can ask Torino. I mean, you can ask Sandro Tonali.
Yeah.
Yes, it's been done right there.
No,
I don't understand these players because
you know the rules.
You know the rules. You are playing and you are betting on yourself. It's I don't know that. I don't know what is going on there. And you are earning money. You are earning money. You are betting on yourself again and
to earn more money.
So it's so I don't know. Like you said, it's lucky. Extremely lucky to have that extension for 4 years right there.
Could have been 4 years.
He just needs to wake up and put his mindset right and say, come on, I just need to be a professional and I understand how this thing works.
Absolutely. Let's move away from there and inform you that a world champion is in Nigeria as we speak. He is Tosin Adarabioyo. We understand that he's set to begin his youthful tournament. It's called the Adarabioyo Youth Cup. It's set to begin and it's aimed at uniting young footballers from various clubs in Lagos. According to the Lagos State Football Association, the tournament will begin today, 23rd, and of course at the Memorial Johnson Arena in Lagos, and teams have been highlighted to battle it out. So we understand that 36 Lions, Simro FC, Malvern FC, Eco Football Boys are the teams that will take part in this one. And yesterday, he visited the Eco House to meet Governor Babajide Sanwo-Olu. It's nice to see him in Nigeria, right?
Actually, the feel is given having to have a world champion, in Lagos, and I think the mindset of promoting young talent, grassroots football is ever growing right here in Nigeria. I just think that we just need to have a foothold on the structure properly and have these young players in these likes emerge to greater things in the future, and beyond. I must say to Tosin Adarabioyo and the management, thank you to having this initiative play out in
I
Lagos.
Want more players who probably came through that grassroots development. Playing for Nigeria or not, anyways,
come back home.
You still you answer her name, Tosin. Adarabi, obviously, from Nigeria. So won you back to give birth to the society that definitely make you, I would say, kudos to him. He should be resting at this point, but then he's putting in more work to help develop football in his motherland. That's talking about Nigeria. Let's talk transfer quickly. As we understand, Arsenal are set to complete the signing of Swedish striker Victor Gyökeres from Sporting Lisbon, following a full verbal agreement between all parties. But according to Fabrizio yesterday, he confirmed that the deal to bring him to Arsenal is almost completed. Now, how far are we going to wait for this one to go? How far?
If we get here we go, I think it's here we go already.
Here we go.
But some here we go, no they go.
No they go, exactly. Because all this here we go, if anything happens. Actually. Because I understand that United were offered this same Gyökeres like 10 times in the last 2 weeks.
Yes, last 2 weeks actually.
Gyökeres kept saying Arsenal.
Just Arsenal.
Anything can change.
Anything can change.
Arsenal fans will forgive you.
Honestly speaking, and if Arsenal cannot get this deal done and sorted out quickly as soon as possible, I think it's just going to be a snap shot, for whatever. But I think now it's just the player now saying it's just Arsenal because he knows what he's looking for. Okay. He knows what he's going for. That aside.
Let's visit the camp of Manchester United, where United have named a 32-man squad for its preseason American tour, with its one-away players left out. Alejandro Garnacho, Jadon Sancho, and Anthony, as well as Tyrell Malacia, were omitted from the squad. As, of course, Marcus Rashford is already in FC Barcelona. All of those players, you're not going for preseason. No place for you in the squad.
Actually, no place for them in the squad. For Marcus Rashford, it looks like a done deal already with FC Barcelona. But for Jadon Sancho, I think so. The problem now is Manchester United are not getting enough of what they got these players from. Garnacho,
there is no way you get.
So that's just the problem. So you can't get that. So it's just a worry for them. Anthony, they know how much they got him. From that's massive money. Dubbed, it was dubbed several names. The new Messi, the real Ronaldo, the new Nani, the new Cafu, the new Pele, everything. But
but what happened to him?
I think for me and Anthony did not just live up to the expectations. Of the Premier League and also of that side. I think Erik ten Hag also did not. I don't want to say he didn't give him so much opportunity, but he did a little bit. But Anthony did not just capitalize on that opportunity right there, and it became a big problem. And if the coach that brought you into the team has left the team, the new coach that does not enjoy your play was going to just kick you out, and that's the situation with Anthony. And for me, I think Manchester United should have just left him with Real Betis, and I just let that deal sorted out already. But it's going to be a major problem for them right now because they need good money to have these players go. For Tyrell last year, it didn't live up to expectations also. So it's going to. And I remember that Manchester also the injury problem is he had over 1 year. Gave him a major problem right there to have a foothold on the squad right there for Manchester United, and also for Alejandro Garnacho. It's just attitude problem that he had with Ruben Amorim, and Ruben Amorim, he doesn't take nonsense from the players right there, and he's out of the squad. And also for Jadon Sancho, it's attitude problem also, not coming up for training, not running, not chasing back with
Why was he not left at Chelsea?
So that's the question. So why don't? So the problem with Chelsea was, I think, the salary issue. Sancho collecting 250, even the best player in Chelsea is not collecting that amount of money. So who are you to collect 250? So I think it's just a salary issue that affected Jadon Sancho not remaining with Chelsea. So they just have it all to do. Wonderful players, talented, trust me. But they just need to have a club come sign them. For Garnacho, it looks like Chelsea is having that situation back and forth right there. Also, Sancho, we got the report, is Juventus tomorrow, is Roma today, is back and forth. But we just hope that before the end of the transfer window, they have a club to play for come next season.
Yeah, that's for their own career. Tolwani, let's move straight to female football, like you love to talk about it. I'm talking about the Euros. Yesterday,
disappointing.
The female Euros. Disappointing?
Disappointing for me.
Disappointing
for me.
You've always been rooting for the Italians.
It's scandalous.
You've always been rooting for the Italians. Well, there you have it on your screen. It took extra time for the three Lionesses to book a place in the finals of this year's Women Euros. Of course, they won that game 2-1, as you can see on your screen. You wanted Italians real bad.
Yeah. honestly speaking, the Three Lions have not done anything, to show that they're defending champions. It has been a squabble, coming from behind to get the goals in this competition, and the Italians have done it. They've done their own work properly, right there. But it's how you play the game, right there. And for me, that penalty call was scandalous. I've not seen. Come on, I was even begging. I was watching the game, and I was even begging with the captain of the Italian side to please, can you just go check it in the VR? Let's know if this thing is worth that penalty call or not. But at the end of the day, Kelly, having to step up to do the winner right there. A safe penalty, but she was more proactive, to get back the track and get that goal in there for the Three Lions. Right now, they're through to the final, defending champions, and so we are waiting to see who they're going to face.
Who they face in the finals? Let's check it out. We've got a very big second semi-final game later on tonight. Yes, we know the Lions are the finals. There you have it. Germany and Spain tonight. The second semi-finals. And of course, the winner of this tie will face England in the finals later in the weekend. I mean, this is another big game, right?
Another big game to look to look forward to. Germany, one of the top holders of the competition, and the Spanish side also fantastic team. Talented players in that squad. So it's going to be a big battle. But for me, I'm going to go out with the Spanish side, Spain, to see how they can go in through that final, to give it a tough battle to the Three Lions.
Absolutely. It will be nice to see Spain, honestly, truly make the finals of that competition. Well, from Europe, let's head straight to South America, where the Copa America for the women also going on there. And there you have what the table looks like in Group B, as the Brazilians are currently topping that group, courtesy of their win yesterday, in the others of today, actually. Let's take a look at the results of Brazil's game. It was a 4-1 win against Paraguay in the early hours of today, and that win secured their spot in the next round of the tournament, and that's in the semi-finals. Brazil, expectedly anyways, you expect the Brazilians to do that. And the game we saw late last night, it was indeed a game. The kind of game you see in women football. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8 goes to nothing in favor of Colombia versus Bolivia. Well, I'm sure you're worried. You want to see that. You will enjoy the highlight very soon. But then, here's it. It happens a lot in South America.
Actually,
and here is it again.
Again, and it's a whooping, game right there against Bolivia, and it shows that it's women football. You get goals like this. Not that it doesn't happen, in the men football, but rarely do you see, games like this pan out in this victory. But maybe you can ask, Manchester United what Liverpool did to them some couple of seasons ago. I'm going to tell you that one. But I think for Colombia, a good victory for them.
But that kind of scoreline is becoming something of the past in African football. Because I remember when we defeated Zambia in the semi-final, it was like a throwback.
You look at it. When did they get 5 goals a game?
It was like a throwback, the female football in Nigeria. But in South America, I think the gap is still very wide.
The gap is still very wide, and I think they need to step up. Other side need to step up. To show that also we can play football too. Honestly, if I'm the coach, can we just end it? Can we go home?
Unfortunately, you can't just end it because you're paid to do this, and you're also flying the flag of your country. True. So the pride is also at stake. Well, we'll be leaving the studios very shortly and allow you enjoy some of those games, starting with the game yesterday in the UEFA Euro game yesterday, and then the South American its new game also. But before we let you enjoy that, we must say BYE on the show. Toluwani, it's been a nice time here.
Yes, sir, thank you for having me. I'm so glad to always have discussions with you on sports some other time.
Absolutely. We're back later tomorrow for another interesting package on Dominion Sport right here on Dominion Television. My name is Boluwaji Ogma. Don't forget to keep the conversation going right here on Facebook, or tell a friend to tell a friend. Do subscribe. We are Dominion Broadcast on YouTube.